imagined you thought was made up to keep kids from behaving badly. But now you know different. Before I send you to St. Peter, you will hurt. You will feel pain.
Hello everyone, this is Gruesome Herzog. My very special guest tonight is the mastermind and the creator behind The Orphan Killer, Matt Farnsworth. How you doing, Matt?
Doing good, thank you.
Glad to have you on. I got the movie from Facebook on your store, which, by the way, I posted the website link to my podcast, so if they want to buy the movie, they can click on the banner, it goes right to your website, and they can purchase your movie. But fantastic film.
Thank you.
Fantastic
I appreciate that.
film. No problem. You know, I think I said in the review, this is something that I've been looking for all year long. I want something that's along the lines of the old 80s slasher, basher, killer films. I want to find something that just like that, and I found it. Congratulations,
A lot of people
Matt.
say that. Thank you. A lot of people say that. You know, they're all looking for it. You know, this is like... The Orphan Killer is just an amazing thing. I mean, I'm not only somebody who, you know, worked on the picture and was lucky enough to do it, but I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan. As you know, something about the film that I thought was so creative. You've done a few different things than what other older slasher films have done. Is you made him talk, and that I thought was fantastic.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you know, I think to be the serial killer of the 21st century, you got to have a voice.
Exactly, and some of the kills in the film, obviously we can't go into too much detail about it because it still hasn't been seen by a lot of people, but the gore effects, the special effects, fucking fantastic, Matt. You drew me in like a bug on sugar, if you get my meaning.
We had a good time, man. We had a guy, David Presto, who's just the most outstanding, you know, special effects guy, and Josh Turry, who helped out too. Those guys are just off the hook. I mean, off the hook. And the acting, you know, to complement it was just a perfect mixture.
Exactly, I was going to say that. The acting was fantastic in the film. And, you know, there's certain parts of the film that makes you sick in your stomach. Not as far as the gore, I meant as far as him being a young child and what he went through. I mean, I know what he did, but how the nuns treated him, it's like, wow. You know what I mean? It's like off the wall.
Right.
Off the wall.
I mean, there's actually scenes that were cut, you know, that were, you know, him cutting their throats, but, you know, I'm saving some stuff. Let's put it that way. There's more to come from the Orphan Killer.
I was going to say, there better be a sequel or some sort of a continuation. There has to be.
I've written 2 of them, so I've got the whole, you know, franchise storyline in my. I've actually written most of it, and I'm thrilled to do the next 2 films. I'm looking to get this one out there, you know, a little wider, and get a little bit more of a fan base. I mean, you know, we have almost 100,000 fans on Facebook, and, you know, the movie's just sort of everywhere on the internet. People liking it, you know, hundreds of thousands of views on the trailers and stuff. So we're in a good position right now, and we're really looking forward to the future of the Orphan Killer, making more films and entertaining people.
Now, can I ask you, how did you come about with the cast? I mean, how did you know? I mean, the cast is, the actors in the film. Now, did you have to go through some big detail on getting the right people for the right roles?
Well, I did a movie a while back that was a big, you know, Tribeca Film Festival hit, called Iowa, and that was sort of my first, you know, run-in with, you know, really doing serious film work.
Right.
And I was lucky enough to meet Diane Foster and David Backus, and, you know, they're just the perfect combination. I mean, there's no 2 better actors around than those 2, especially in this genre. You don't find those kind of people.
Right. And John Savage is a very good actor as well. And Karen.
He's awesome. Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. John and I go back to Iowa too, which he was in, and The Orphan Killer is something completely different, obviously, but it was just a project of passion. We really all had a great time. We knew magic, like when you were there on set, we were making it, we knew something was happening, like some kind of magic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's taken a long time, but now that it's edited in the editing room, we knew, oh my gosh, this is a big explosion that's going to happen, and we're sitting on this thing forever, and now it's starting to explode all over the world.
Well, I'm proud, and I'm glad that I had a chance to see it and a chance to review it, and I'm glad to have you on here because, I said it before and I'll say it again. Certain films, now I've seen a lot of them this year that I reviewed that I really, really like, but this is one of them. I mean, I'm trying to do my job and drive truck, and then I'm thinking back, man, I should go back and watch that again because I might have missed something. Because there's so many things going on in the film that's easy to miss. So I think this is something I'm going to be going back to watch again. I just loved it.
For sure.
I love the vicious kills. I mean, the speed. I love the way he, just whistles and walks real slow, whatever. It's just fantastically made. I loved it.
Thanks, man. We really, it was a project where it just sort of came together as different pieces as we went, and it couldn't have gone, I don't think, better in terms of just filmmaking in general. And the movie was just such a pleasure, and I don't even really honestly know at times how this came together so well. I guess it's just the right timing in the universe for this to open up, and it was about time that a new sort of killer that's masked in this way comes along. Hollywood keeps remaking these movies with, characters that I grew up with and that I love, but they're not new.
Right. The mask was fantastic too. And another thing is when he was a lot younger, and I'm sorry, but seeing him wearing that mask, staring at you, that was creepy as shit.
Yep.
There's so many things in this movie that when you watch it, it sticks in your head after you're done watching it, and that means one thing: it's a damn good film. Everything that you've done in this film was perfect. I mean, you had the church thing really topped it off. That I thought was and the preacher or whatever he was, a priest. I mean, everything it just in place. And when it was over, I kid you not, Matt, when the film was over, it felt like it was only an hour long. That's how good it was. And when a film is like an hour and 20 minutes maybe, if it feels like shorter time than what it actually is, that means one thing: it's freaking awesome. You know what I mean? So that's bravo to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, there's a lot of films that I've reviewed. Okay, I liked them, but not as much as this. And it seems like sometimes an hour and a half seems like 3 hours, if you know what I mean.
I know. I of course, I watch movies. I'm a film fan. I know how that is, and I feel the same way. I can't say that I don't. I sit down and I watch The Orphan Killer. I mean, I get hooked in, like me and the cast. Like, we'll be sitting there watching the movie, and it's already been made, but we'll come over, we'll hang out or something, and I'm doing a little tinkering around or doing something, and we start playing it, and all of a sudden, 40 minutes later, you've watched 40 minutes of the film, and you were just going to turn it on for a second.
Right. Right. Exactly. I mean, a lot of films, we all have to do our business, and sometimes I have to go in the middle of a movie, but I actually held it until this thing was over. I could not walk away from it. It's just so intense, so cleverly made. I mean, the artwork that you have on your Facebook page of all the covers and stuff, how they're standing there, it's just everything that you've done an excellent job promoting this film. It's all over the place. I mean, you're just clever.
The fans are, I gotta say that I just love the fans. I mean, our fans are the best fans in the world. Like, The Orphan Killer has a fan base that is like the orphan family. They're like his brothers and sisters. They are a part of this network, and they live and die by this picture. This is like their new horror movie Bible. That they love this picture, and I think that that the fans they're powerful. They're a powerful group of people, and so no, I think that's that's all headed toward a number 2. And I saw that early on. You know, when I first started posting clips, I was like, to Facebook, I was, the Orphan Killer was like, he wanted to post some stuff, and I thought, well, okay, let's try it. You know, I'd be a little risque for Facebook, but people latched right onto it really quickly, and they were like loving the images. And then all of a sudden, we said, well, let's do a limited exclusive release to the fans on Facebook. We'll make like just limited amount of DVDs, limited amount of Blu-rays.
Right.
And we'll just put it out. We'll see what happens, because we had been approached by Anchor Bay, Lionsgate, lots of people. And so, we were like, let's just do our own thing, because they're going to take the movie and they're going to fuck it up.
Right.
Okay? They're going to screw it up. They're going to take it and they're going to make it into some PG-13. They're going to take out all the gore. They're going to do whatever they can to put it out all over the place, and might pad the pocket a little bit, but it doesn't make you an artist. And so,
right.
I wanted the fans to be happy with what they were going to get, and I wanted to see what these fans that had been following Facebook for a while had to say when they saw it. And, our suspicions about it being a sensation were really dead on. They got back immediately, like 10 out of 10. I love Saw, but this beats Saw. I mean, I heard everything that any filmmaker would ever want to hear, and I couldn't have been happier about it.
Right. Now, not to be nosy, but as far as the sales on Facebook, has it been pretty good? I mean, was it more than what you thought?
Let's say this, it's just steady. I think that Facebook is not a platform to sell from. I think it's slowly becoming one, but I think that there are obviously other platforms where people could recognize the picture was for sale right away and probably do even better. But what I wanted to do was an exclusive test. So I think Facebook, let's say, worked very well for that test. And
oh yeah. I mean,
beyond that, the film has been, people have been coming to me. I don't know if you know, like Morbido or Sitka's or Shriek Fest or sort of any of them. All those people sort of came to me after this thing sort of exploded. There's even torrents out there. I mean, I think it's been downloaded a couple 100,000 times, which is a lot for a studio film. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
right.
It's just sort of this phenomenon, and we're looking forward to, I think, the future of partnering with somebody to take the picture out to a broader audience from where we're at right now, having only done an exclusive, limited thing to these Facebook fans who were very deserving of it, frankly. They've waited a long time for the movie. And so now it's time to cross-pollinate and go out into other markets and get this movie out there in a wider sense, and then continue to franchise it and continue to make it the way we want to make it and keep it real and what these people like to begin with,
All right. And you mentioned Shriek Fest. I'm very familiar with Shriek Fest. I was actually an at-home judge this year on scripts and movies. So Shriek Fest
awesome.
Thank you. Shriek Fest is a very, very good promoter for the film. But you know what? There's another place. I mean, I know you're in California, so it might be a haul, but Horrifying in Gettysburg, it's every Labor Day weekend. And this film, if they would accept this thing in there, or even come up there with David, and he'd be swamped with autographs and people buying the movie like crazy up there. I'm telling you.
I've heard that, yeah. Lots of people say, hey, why don't you, Diane, and the Orphan Killer go around to some of these horror conventions and stuff? Is that Horror Hound?
No, that's Horrifying. It's every year in Gettysburg on Labor Day weekend from a Friday until a Sunday at 5. And big stars are up there, big names are up there, and a lot of vendors are up there. They sell their film. This thing, I think, would be a freaking fucking rock hit up there. I mean, you get people from Washington, D.C., you get them from Virginia and Maryland and PA and all over the place, Jersey, New York. It'd be a hit up there.
I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of us at those places for sure, especially in the coming months. We're going to be in Barcelona. We're in some pretty big festivals there, the San Sebastian Horror and Sci-Fi, and then we're also we're at Official Selection there, which they have big studio pictures and stuff at Official Selection. We're in Sitka's, and we're also in Terre Molendere, which is a really cool festival there. So we're really excited to go at the end of the month and go to Barcelona. We're going to participate in those festivals, and we're going to have a good time. And then we're going to we're also going to be we want to be at, but we can't be at Morbido in Mexico City, which is a big one. They just recently approached me and they wanted to make the picture an Official Selection there. So I'm just really great. I'm grateful, man. I mean, I think Bram Stoker's too. They there after the picture. I think we're gonna premiere there in the UK and let them have the movie and show it, and we're happy about that too. We're kind of just trucking along and having a great time, and we're really happy about it.
I think this thing will be a smash in Australia too. I can guarantee you.
There's another film festival that I'm talking to, and it's funny that it's festivals. I like that because I like the indie feel of it. There's a South African film festival, horror film festival, that we're talking with, and then there's also a night of horror or a night of terror. I forget which one. It's in Australia as well, and we're talking with them as well. So
nice.
It's sort of a global thing. You know, Facebook has really opened us up to all those different avenues.
Well, congratulations, because I'm telling you, anybody who gets a glimpse of this bitch, they're going to be hook, line, and sinker, I'm telling you, because it's just crazy.
It's brutal. It's brutality. The Orphan Killer is total brutality.
Yep, and you got Gruesome's trademark on the film, so I'm a big fan of it, a big follower of it, so, you know, I'm going to keep promoting like hell. I've been doing little things that you saw, just trying to get the word out there even more, so who knows?
It's amazing that it's such an upbeat, energetic, like, party movie, yet it doesn't have those campy elements, you know?
Right.
Which is kind of awesome, and I really do appreciate, you know, your thoughts on the picture. I appreciate what you know, the YouTube clip, the review you put together with the collage and everything. I think you're right about it. You know, I think you really are, and I do trust your opinion, and I appreciate everything you're doing.
No problem. Yeah, I just am glad to have you on here, because I had to get you on here because I need to talk to you about this, because it just hit me so hard. I loved it so much. I just want to get you on here so the listeners can get an idea about Orphan Killer. I mean, I know you've done a couple interviews and stuff, but I wanted you to come on my show and just to get the word out even more. But listeners, if you haven't seen it, go to the Facebook page Orphan Killer and buy yourself a copy, because if you're a big fan of slasher, basher type movies, this bitch is, whatever. This film is just for you. It's fantastic. So check it out. But again, Matt, the links will be on the podcast, on the interview, to your site to check it out and also to purchase it. The banner's on my Facebook page, on my podcast page already. They can click and go into your Facebook store and buy it. I'm going to do the best that I can to help you make this thing go out there even more. I'm a strong believer. I put your
review up, by the way. I've got a website now that just launched. It's www.theorphankiller.com.
Okay.
And if you go there, I put your review up with your nice logo, the one with the chick's eye.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I like that. Was really cool, and I put that up there, so you can click on that, and it takes you right to your review and stuff. And then I've also been sharing it. You know, well, I haven't been sharing it, but the Orphan Killer's been sharing it to the Facebook fan wall, and I think you got like 70 likes or so on one of them, and we'll continue to do that, and it should show up, and you should have some pretty nice views. Basically, everything we show through that Facebook channel just goes viral, and people eat it up, you know?
Yeah, well, it's funny you mention it, because I must have got like 100 friend requests in the last 2 days on Facebook.
Sorry about that, dude.
Oh, no, I don't mind. My whole purpose is, my Facebook page, Gruesome page, is that's what it is. It's for people to join and to keep an eye on what I'm doing, you know, because that's just my job. My job is to promote and you know, make people interested in horror. That's my whole deal. You know, I'm a big.
Yeah.
I'm a big.
Sure. The thing with this guy is that he's the new. You feel it too, I'm sure, that it's like the new horror icon of.
Yes, it is.
Like the guy from Spain, Almas Obscuras. It's a Spanish website, and he reviewed it, and he reviews big time movies. It's like the biggest blog in Spain.
Right.
And, you know, he said it's the serial killer of the 21st century. And a lot of people gave him flack about that immediately, but because they're like, who is this? What is this thing? How can you make such a statement? Because he's a big time guy. And, you know, that's just sort of the way, and I don't know him. Like, I don't communicate with him, just like horrornews.net, Mike Bohatch over there. I don't communicate with Mike. Mike saw the picture and kind of said the same thing, and then got to me and was like, I reviewed it, here's the review. And I was really taken aback myself. I was just like, wow, this is amazing, the stuff that's coming in, and I love it. You know, it's been really awesome, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, that's a true statement. I mean, how can anybody even dispute that? What serial killer is out there today? There isn't. The remakes.
No. It's a remake. Yeah, this was original. I was actually, like, we started making this like prior to Halloween's revamping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
This was all in the process before that even began, and then it's like, we're making this thing, and here they are going to release this and this, and it's like, geez, let's just keep doing what we're doing here, because this is like, we want to be OG, you know, we want to be original, and I think that's what we've accomplished.
Well, I want to tell you something. Rob Zombie's Halloween's, the new Michael Myers is very vicious as well. But I'm going to make a bold statement here, and I'm probably going to get slack for it. The Orphan Killer is more violent and more interesting than the Michael Myers on Rob Zombie's Halloween's. There, I said it. I dare say it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree with you. I'm a fan of, you know, Halloween, John Carpenter, and all that stuff, obviously. Yep. But I got to tell you, the Orphan Killer, this guy he's outstanding. There's something about the actor, the way he does it,
the
way we work together. He is like he is like the nicest person ever you would meet in real life. And then when he is the Orphan Killer, he is just walking ice cruelty.
I tell you what, I can't get over it. One of the things I think is going to stick around for a while is that damn whistle.
Yeah, he did that himself, you know.
It's a fantastic twist, you know, an add-on to that. He just amazing. But again, Matt, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Yeah,
man, thanks for having me.
No problem.
I loved it. Great talk. Great getting to actually speak with you. I appreciate it.
No problem. And just keep me posted on any. I'm tell you what, I'm really anxious for the new ones. You know, obviously it's too soon, but I'm just really going to keep an eye on you and keep an eye on it and see how it's doing. And I'm there.
I'll give you a hint. In the next one, we're talking like all ice, snow, blood, barbed wire births, and we're talking Last Suppers, feeding people things.
Nice.
Okay,
yeah.
So it's gonna be. I can't give away a lot. Okay, I'll tell you what the working title that I'm working on right now is Saint Marcus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's going into that realm of Marcus just being a saint, and then the end of number two is so ridiculous it makes me laugh I can't even say it because it makes me laugh for like, or just get like energized and crazy for like 20 minutes and I can't calm down. So soon, hopefully I'll get to actually put that to film.
Excellent. Well, again, Matt, thanks again for coming on. You're a great guest and a great film, and really love talking to you, and I'm anxious to see how this baby goes.
Anytime, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Matt. Take care.
Gruesome Herzog, the voice of horror.